Welcome to the third video related to simulation in health profession education. In this video, we'll be talking about the three phases of simulation, which is pre-briefing, simulation, and debriefing. In the previous video, we talk about the importance of deliberate practice and integrating feedback throughout the process. We talk about that will help the learner to move from novice to proficient to competent to the mastery of the skill. So we will go now through these three stages. Let us now talk about the briefing. What is the definition of the briefing, the purpose, and pre-briefing? Briefing is a structured orientation that prepares participants to perform in a simulated environment by setting expectations, clarifying roles, and activating the prior knowledge. And activating prior knowledge is very important as part of constructivist learning theory. So now let us see the purpose of the briefing. The purpose of the briefing is to provide safe space by creating safety before the scenario begins. The second goal is to align all participants on the scenario context and briefing objectives. The third goal is priming by activating relevant prior knowledge and schema. The fourth goal is contract, clarify the fiction contract, act as if this is real. And also the fifth goal of briefing is error reduction, because by doing briefing, we can prevent avoidable errors caused by confusions, not skill gaps, because students can do error because they are not aware of the task. Now, let us learn about a practical guide for briefing. Let us start the briefing by collaborations, and we want to collaborate information, not too much, not too little. Why not too much? Not too much to remove challenge, and not too little to create confusion. We need to use prompts. By defining the cues and prompts you will give if the learners are stuck. You have to introduce the mannequins or simulated patient limitations explicitly. This will reduce the cognitive distractions. And I highly encourage you to go back and to watch the first video in this video series in health profession education related to cognitive load theory. Also, one of the practical guide of briefing is a fiction contract. What do you mean by that? Participants should be prepared to perform as if the situation is real. And here they can link the theory. They can link to the theory, and it helps participants to see what the scenario matters. And let us now link it again to the Kolb cycle. So now let us talk about the five practical steps for the facilitator to do the briefing. Number one is orient the environment. And here we should show participants the simulation space, the equipment locations, the mannequin, simulated patient capabilities, monitoring devices, emergency exit. This will remove any cognitive load from logistics, so it's available for learning. And we should make the environment in the simulations just what is needed. We should keep the rooms exactly related to the needs of the learner. We have to state the learning environment clearly. Tell the learner exactly what they are expected to demonstrate. For example, by the end of this scenario, you should be able to manage anaphylaxis using this framework, ACB, ABCD, and so on. Clarifying the expectations and role. What is your role? Who play which role? What is the scope of each team member? Establish communication norms and make authority gradient acceptable. This is particularly in interprofessional education simulation. You have to state the fiction contract. Explicitly agree, we will all act as if this is the real clinical situation. Address suspension of disbelief, then normalize the artificiality. We have to clarify the confidentiality. What happened in simulation stays in simulation. This is a foundational to psychological safety for learners and honest performance during the scenario. We have always to link this to the goal cycle in the simulation process. So now we have covered the aspects that is related to briefing in simulation-based medical education.